Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where I've issued a couple of potentially consequential orders here. Order number one, I've ordered this unit to make its way down like this. We'll see if they make it. But if we could encircle these, that would be great. That'd be absolutely delightful. I've also ordered these guys, these guys, to try to break out this direction. And we'll see if they manage to do it. But these are currently heading this way. So that's interesting. Let's move this force to here. And now that these have moved out, we can move into here. Meanwhile, we're attacking over here, theoretically holding these in position. They're attacking here, which is potentially problematic for us. But look at this. We're about to link back up. Boom. We're linked. Okay, so that's perfect. No problem there in theory. Now, I'm wondering about maybe cutting off this area or this area. This is a little more problematic over here because of the naval base in Lebanon, but there's a theoretical possibility if we do that. We'll see what happens with it, but for now, we're interested in getting this stack wiped. And we're making solid progress on that. Perfect. So these guys are all heading off, and that will be, of course, useful. Now, this army down over here. Okay, they're moving over this way. I was just like, did they have some units get stack wiped? No, they did not. Okay, so as far as all of this goes, I want to take these guys. Well, actually, let's wait until these forces get deployed over. Let's give it a moment. So that seems fine for now. Now then, out over this direction.
Hey, come out.
We're definitely succeeding this encirclement-ish. I mean, these guys got here. But it's okay. We're winning this for right now. Okay, so we got that. And now we're going to have these guys just hold here for the moment. They could come down here, theoretically, instead. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we have forces on the way over here. For now, this is fine. We'll just let them move out of there, and we'll try to move again. But we do have a supply issue out over in this area, that's for sure. We are working on a supply hub right up over here. There's this supply hub, which we need to wait for the gauge to convert. But once it does, this supply hub will definitely help this area significantly. Now, we could think about attacking here, cutting these guys off. Let's definitely do that. So this is now encircled. I love it. And we do have this encirclement up over here. Let's get these guys in here, see if we can get them stack wiped. It's going to be a little bit problematic for now, but there we go. That seems okay. So, now what we need to do is we need to take a look at what we've got going on here. We don't need to have this front line as stretched out as it is. So that front line can go back to about there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So that seems good. And we've just encircled this whole area. So I want to grab everybody that's here and tell them just get in here. Let's see about wiping these units out. I don't think we have all that many units actually here. How many units are assigned to this? There are a few. Okay, so that's noted. They're trying to break out up over here. And this entire area is very awkward. I'm going to grab an army from here, so that's going to be this army, and I'm going to assign that over to this side. So once they're assigned here, then in theory, we'll be able to... Actually, they're cutting themselves off here. They've left this undefended. So there's that. They appear to be attempting to connect back up over here, but that's not going to go well for them. So I'm fine with them attacking here. Because we're about to take this area right here. Okay, they're backing off at this moment. Head on in over here. Okay, so we got that. There's no one in this area. So that's fine. We'll get that taken care of nice and quickly. Otherwise, we are, of course, going to need to attack over here. So we're going to take this, and then we'll just have Odessa. That seems good. But I want to take a look up over here now. Okay. So we definitely need to get forces in here, and we'll continue to work on that. This down over here, we've not managed to break into Crimea yet, and I'm not sure we're going to anytime soon. So there's definitely that to consider. Up over this direction, supplies are certainly not great, and there is a hub up here, but there is no rail connection. So we should absolutely do something kind of like that. Okay, and then we've got a hub here, which should absolutely be motorized. We've got a hub here, which should be motorized as well, and that gives us a lot at that point. But what I'm thinking right now is we might be able to push like this and cut this area off. That would be fantastic if we did. I want to check on what's going on in South America. We're making some minor gains here, I feel like, but nothing absolutely significant. No major breakthrough over in South America as of right now. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Of course, Africa is Africa, and Africa is just doing Africa things. These guys, they appear to have forgotten their order, which for now is just take over the commune of the Sudan. And then we'll push up through the great Iranian Empire. It's actually Egypt, but don't worry about it. We'll push up through Egypt later on. Okay, so I want to get these guys in here and attacking this with great regularity. I'd love to get them pushed back from here and take this victory point. That would be a big deal for us. But taking Odessa would be a huge deal for us, because there's supplies in Odessa. We'd be delighted about that. Actually, there's supplies in both of these. So, autosave is occurring, and we'll see what ends up happening here. We do have 25 divisions. 21 of them are military districts, and we should probably send them out. So, some of these are tanks. That's these guys. I'm going to put them all in here. Otherwise, we've got 21 of these infantry units, and that needs tanks. This needs 6 infantry units. So I'll put them here. This needs 1 infantry unit. There we go. This needs an infantry unit. That's tanks, but this is infantry. Okay, so we can put all of these here, but we're going to want to grab like 2 of them, I think. Yeah, we're going to want to grab 2 of them. And let's move them out over here. Okay, so those reinforcements are on their way over. Perfect. So breaking into Crimea is going to be interesting for us, for sure. Can we just get in here and eliminate this, please? I'd really, really like to take this. It's not going very well, though. Indeed. Okay. Well, I'm going to grab these guys, and we're going to give them an offensive line that's just like this, and they're going to begin to execute that. There we go. So they'll keep working on that, and hopefully Odessa will fall soon enough. Okay, up over this direction, let's get in here, and let's eliminate this. This should stack wipe. That looks very stack wipeable. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to see. Those divisions can now be assigned elsewhere. So that looks good. Wait a second. Are we succeeding this attack? No. No, we are not. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. So at this point, our main issue here, I think, is actually one of supply. We have too many units assigned here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Almost certainly. We are affected by attrition up over here. So one thing we should think about doing is, instead of doing this, I'm going to grab this army group. And this army group is going to be assigned to area defense. Out over here. It's going to be something kind of like that. But I'm going to take 1 full unit of infantry and 1 full unit of tanks, and they are going to frontline out over here. If we can find the spot. Stop your attack, please. Okay, I want to grab 1 full unit of tanks. I guess this is not a full unit, but it's good enough. Can we get a leader in here? Yes, we can. It's going to be this guy, and we're going to frontline somewhere over here. I'm not sure where the front line on this crossing is. So there's that. I think it's right there. I think it is existing. But I don't know if they're assigned. Okay. I think now they're assigned to this front line. It's very hard to tell. I want an offensive line to here. Okay, yes, they are indeed assigned. Then I want to grab these guys, and we're going to frontline similarly right up over here. And I think we need to wait for some of these units to move out. Eventually. Okay. Let's let the attack stop. And I don't want to reassign that. There should be a second frontline order here somewhere. There. Okay. I want them to just defend. So we're going to do that. That will hopefully help the supply issue here by spreading these out. A little bit, anyway. Okay. So that's underway. And down over this direction, we're close to linking up these fronts, but we haven't quite yet. That's understood. For now, we're still working on coming in over this direction. I'd like to launch an attack out over here. I would really like it if these guys would be on a front line instead. But there's just... there's nowhere to select the front line, or rather to create a front line here. I'm just spam clicking out over this direction. I have no idea where a front line would go. So that's very awkward. So we're going to grab these guys, and I'm just going to order the Marines periodically to launch an attack here, but I don't expect that we're going to get too much out of it. That said, I see that their fighting strength is starting to drop over here. So that's interesting. So we're continuing to attack Odessa. My question now is, what is the status of this supply hub? That is going to be done on 8 January. Okay, that supply hub is quite important for us. So that's noted. Okay. These guys are stuck behind enemy lines here, and that's not great. It's only one unit. They're going to get stack wiped. So much for them. That's okay. So that's absolutely understood. Now, as far as the rest of this front goes, I'm actually not too concerned about this front right now. These guys, though, they don't need to be... Well, actually, we should be thinking about... Yeah. I think what we should do is we should expand this front line up to about here, unless we wanted to concentrate one section of force and pull this back to here, like this. And then use this to punch up this direction and try to offensive line up to the sea, up here. Like this, and encircle their front line. That's an interesting option. And we'll go ahead and execute that. Okay, I assume we're heading into Chiza now here. Maybe. We definitely should be. They're probably going to have forces over here pretty soon. But we'll see. I do see a supply hub here, and I would love to take that supply hub. We got him. Okay, so with that supply hub taken, I'm going to immediately motorize that. That's a very big deal, but it's going to take 8 days for this railway to convert gauges. And then we're going to need to upgrade the railway. This railway should get upgraded. But otherwise, that supply hub is huge. We need to get reinforcements in there, because we need to hold that. But reinforcements are arriving. Cool. As far as this goes, get in here. If we take Odessa, that's huge. It is going down on us, though. I don't know about that. But I would love to take Odessa here. No. But that was definitely an interesting situation there. So at this point, how long do we have on this? 3 days on this rail connection. Now 2 days. Now 1 day. There's a war in Chile. Everyone is shocked. And there we go. So I want to queue that up. We'll definitely get that upgraded. And then we'll have a rail connection to this supply hub. So that's going to be absolutely great to get supplies out here. That's a huge, huge deal for us. So if we look at the way that this is expected to fill in, it's going to look something like this. And this is exactly what we want. We're kind of bypassing their front line and going in their flank here. So that looks great. Meanwhile, these guys are trying to push in this way and tying up their front line. I think that's really, really solid. So that looks good. As far as all this over here goes, this is still a little dicey out over here for sure. We don't appear to have a supply connection here yet, which is a little awkward. It looks like our railroad is not built out over here yet. Okay, that'll take some additional time. For now, that's okay. So, the war in Europe is actually going fairly okay as of right now. In South America, we're grinding away at this, and I feel like we are winning this, but supplies are definitely problematic for us over here. We need to get some supplies going here, for sure, and we need to get some supplies going here as well. We need to get a rail connection up to our North American areas properly set up here. So this is not connected in at all over here, which means that this is just kind of a dead end, and we don't need to upgrade that. Okay, that would give us a proper rail connection out over this way. We can upgrade this to 5, this to 5, this to 5, and then that gives us a proper rail connection to all of these hubs. So we'll just do something kind of like that. That will get us much better supplies out on that side. Out over here, supplies are also pretty tight, and that's noted. For the time being, that's fine. We've got 4 tank divisions here. I'm going to plop those right into this army. Excellent. So for right now, Crimea is still a little bit problematic. We're still wanting to break into Odessa as well. Once supplies get sorted out over here, which will happen very soon, we can see we do have some supply distribution beginning to happen now. Once supplies get sorted out over here, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot over on this side. So that all looks good. I'm not too concerned about this yet. But eventually we'll be concerned. So this is kind of dangerous for them at this point. No doubt about it. If we make this into a giant pocket, that's basically their entire front line. And that's going to be enormous. So that would be wonderful. Why are we not attacking over here? I guess this attack order forgot that they want to be attacking up over this way? Well, let's go ahead and take out this attack order, and let's offensive line a ways up over this way, I think. So we can offensive line to about here, which is basically the inverse of where this offensive line is. We'll go ahead and head up there, and we'll see about meeting up. Yeah, they just forgot to attack. Okay. Sure. That's absolutely fine. So they're on their way there. This is still very awkward out over here. We could do very well, but also they could do very well. It's hard to say. I want to select you and head on out over here. We'll see once again if we can pull this off. We're going to attack here to hold that in place. But we see this guy down over here. We're going to have to attack here. Okay, that attack did not last very long. I don't know that we're going to get there in time. Yeah, we didn't. That's okay. We can keep trying that periodically. This, however, is a pocket. There are only 5 divisions here right now. But if we can carve this up into 2 pockets, which is what's happening there. That's going to be absolutely great. So we really like that. Of course, the Odessa pocket over here should be substantially better now. We need to motorize this supply hub. And yeah, this supply hub is a little bit overrun at this point. Oh, they managed to take back cheese now? That's unfortunate. It's not the end of the world, though. We have this supply hub back over here, so I'm okay with that for now. I don't suppose we can encircle this point. In fact, I'm pretty sure we can. Let's go. Encircling this point would be big. That's a lot of units there. And it is now officially encircled. Chile wants to create a faction. Okay. Get in here. We need to whittle down what they've got here. There's a lot of units here, and they're trying to break out over this way, which we need to prevent. Okay. They're still trying to break out in this direction, and we still need to prevent that. Get in here. We don't have all that much nearby right now, unfortunately. And they're really trying to break out over here. I'm assuming... Let's get this unit in here for right now. And let's just reinforce that. There we go. That's what we want to see. Okay. We're going to probably need more than 2 divisions on this, is what I'm thinking. But I would absolutely love to see this actually succeed. I see a unit retreating from Odessa at this point. So we'll keep working on that. And then as far as this out over here goes, I want this tank to be involved here. Get in here. I want you guys assisting this attack. There we go. That's looking better. That was a stack wipe. We're still working on it, but they have no supplies here. Okay. As far as this up here goes, there are some potential opportunities there. But I want to check up here. Yeah, we definitely need to do some motorization out over on this side. These are not necessarily connected via our rail network. They're partially connected, I think. We can get this up over here. This can get upgraded, and then that connects over to our proper rail network. Okay. This connection can go in there like that. Cool. That'll be a bit of a better setup there. Excellent. If we could drive a wedge here, that would be phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. But what we really need to do here is clean up these 2 pockets. That's the biggest priority. Get in here, give it a go. Apparently we instantly gave up on the attack on Odessa. Please attack Odessa. There we go. And I want some units over here at least supporting this attack. Okay. I would love to take this position over here, but supplies out over here, I suspect, are getting tight. Let's start building a supply hub about here. And then we'll run... What is this railway set up here? Okay. We'll run a railway out to here. Okay. There we go. So something along the lines of that. Now, we do see that we're making some progress on this pocket, finally. There's a stack wipe. And we want to see more of those. We're struggling to come in over here, but we will get through this. That's looking good. Potential breakthrough opportunity for them right there, but that is now covered. So that's good. And it looks like, yeah, they're starting to heavily stack wipe over here. Excellent. So that's all going to be dealt with very, very shortly. Perfect. So that pocket's now clear. This is pocketed now. And we'd love to just get in here. Now they're going to try to break out this direction. We can attack them here to hold them in place, at least for a little while. But they're going to do this. And then we can use these Marines to try to push in like this. And I think that's actually good. I'll do exactly that. As soon as this autosave is over, we'll see how that pushback goes. I want to use this unit to support this attack. And yeah, these guys can walk directly into here. I'd love to see these guys just walk into here and get us that supply hub. That'd be great. Okay, so that looks fine. There's definitely some awkwardness going on over this direction. And that's okay. I think we'll leave that be for the moment. Okay, what do we got going on over here? Let's get these forces in. That's a lot of victory points. So they do technically have some supply flow here, and that is noted. Why don't you just come on in and attack here? Okay, there we go. So this is a very good encirclement for us. I like that. That's fantastic. And of course, they're trying to link up out over here, but I don't think they'll be very successful at it. Especially not that now that we have the supply hub over here. Although that doesn't have much connection at this moment, it will soon enough. Okay, so we got these guys knocked back. I like it. And we're going to get in here and stack wipe them. Perfect. Okay, so that pocket is eliminated. I still want to get Odessa eliminated. So get in here. We'll continue to whittle them down. But for now, it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to see about maybe changing this around a little bit, but I don't think it needs it that much. What we really do want to do is continue to push this direction towards the sea and get this entire area taken over. That will be wonderful. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Roarnaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time. I'm just selecting all of the units that are around that pocket around Batman and just sending them right on in. Amazing.